In this video, we are covering the logical operators in JavaScript. So let's dig down into the matter. So we have a variable which is enjoys coding. So we have a true variable. The other one would be drinks coffee. Now, if someone, like a person, enjoys coding and drinks coffee, then let's print out log. He has shiny future. Else, then he should search for his purpose. So if enjoys coding is true and drink coffee is true, we enter this if statement, and this would be logged to the console. So as you see here, since this random guy or whoever enjoys coding and drinks coffee, that's why this and is basically the and operator on the Boolean logic. I've explained that in the last video. So as you know, the and operator, you need both of the variables to be true for the whole thing to be true. So in our case, enjoys coding is true, drinks coffee is true. That's why this whole thing is true. That's why this is printed. Now, if we just change, let's assume Jad doesn't drink coffee. You see, he should figure out his purpose. I don't believe you should search for your purpose if you don't drink coffee. It's kind of a joke, man. Like, we coders, we love coffee, man. Man, I love coffee. So, let's keep this one true. Now, I'll explain the OR operator. The OR operator are these two dashes. The difference between the OR and the AND, that in the OR you just need one of the variables true for the whole thing to be true, while in the AND operator you need both of these to be true for the whole thing to be true. So, if we change that, instead of he, let's say Jad. So, Jad has a shiny future because he drinks coffee and enjoys coding, right? As you see, both of them, we got the first condition true. That's why we got into it. So let's one more time change this one to false. So Jad doesn't enjoy code. And as you see, since he drinks coffee already, he has a bright future, because in this condition here, he needs to be enjoying coding or drinking coffee. So he has a bright and shiny future. And as you see, that's why he has a shiny future. But in the first condition, we have the add operator, which requires both of these to be true for the whole thing to be true, and that's not the case because one of these is false, which is enjoys coding. So it's always a practical way to understand the and or operator in this way. Now let's create a new constant. I will call it is sick, and let's set it to false. So Jad is not sick. Now what I'm gonna do is another if statement, can't code. So Jad can code or Jad cannot code. And what I would do here is he needs to be enjoying code and he drinks coffee and he's not sick. So not operator is this one, as you see, exclamation mark. If he's enjoying code and he drinks coffee and he's not sick, then Jad can code. If not, then he cannot code. In our case, if we set enjoys coding to true, then what happens is Jad enjoys coding, he drinks coffee. So I enjoy code, I'm drinking coffee, and I'm not sick. That's why Jad can code, as you see here. I know it could be a bit confusing, but every single programmer needs to put his mind into these to understand them once for always, because it's simply a very important part of programming. So you need to understand that. So as you see, we covered the AND operator, the OR operator, and even the NOT. And this is the logic behind it. You need to think about it. He's enjoying coding, that's true. And he drinks coffee, that's true. And this is not. Not is sick. So that means the opposite of this one, because the negation inverts false to true and true to false. So this is true because is sick is false. So the negation of is sick would be true. That's what we want basically. And you can read it like that. He needs to be enjoying code and drinking coffee and is not sick. So if we set is sick to true, that means he's sick. And as you see, Jad cannot code anymore because this one is not fulfilled. And you need the three of these variables to be true, so the whole thing is true. And with that, I hope you understood the logical operators in JavaScript. Leave a like if it benefited you and subscribe to the channel to be a better developer. Here's your Jad, and see you in the next video.